Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction for you guys. Today guys, of course, we're checking out the next episode of Young Justice Phantoms, Young Justice Season 4. This is Season 4, Episode 7. I really like this title. The Lady or the Tigress. Interesting title. And I'm assuming, just based off the title, it's about a choice that someone has to make, a character has to make. And I'm thinking maybe Orphan, the lady, her mom, or Tigress, Artemis. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but I like the title because the last title in the last episode was fantastic. Artemis Through the Looking Glass. Like, it was so interesting to read that title because I'm like, okay. And how it kind of refers to her looking through the monitors potentially at the two characters who the mystery is still continuing of who's telling the truth. And with everything that unfolded in the last episode in terms of Black Spider and then, of course, Lady Shiva showing up, and I forget the other character's name that was fighting, Cassandra Savage, but ultimately Artemis, had to break out, Onyx and say, get your weapons, we have to go fight because they're trying to take Cassandra Savage alive. They weren't going after Onyx. So that, I think that's probably telling us something. I'm not really sure. But at the end, Artemis has to go with Cassandra Savage and Onyx all working together in a sense, even though both Onyx and Cassandra Savage both came at basically at the same time with different stories of who's telling the truth and who's lying and all that kind of stuff. So the mission's still up in the air because even Artemis' sister, which some people have been saying Cheshire, they're saying I'm pronouncing that wrong. If I am, I apologize. As you guys probably know, if you've watched any amount of my channel, I'm bad with names. I'm bad with pronouncing names, so do not kill me if I've been pronouncing that wrong. But she came in and gave her 2 cents saying that Onyx has clear-cut answers. It's clear that she's deceptive and all that kind of stuff. Basically, she's lying. It feels like she's lying because she knows Cassandra Savage. She doesn't know Onyx at all. So we got that perspective as well. But they have to go and try to save Orphan because Orphan was taken by the reveal, her mother, Lady Shiva. So with the title, The Lady or the Tigress, maybe Orphan has to make a choice. Because they made a point to stop pretty much the episode, not stop, to get my point, but kind of slow down and go, oh, by the way, that was her mother, cutting her vocal cords, and her only sort of communication is body language and stuff like that, and basically training her to be a killer, whatever they need, whatever she felt like she needed to do to help her daughter to become the ultimate warrior, the ultimate killer, whatever. And ultimately, of course, Orphan betraying all that and working under Batman and now working for essentially, what is their team? They're not the Outside. Wait, I don't even know what team they're on. There's so many fucking teams right now. Anyways, you get my point. So I'm curious to see where we go for this episode. I'm really enjoying the show. It's kicking ass, and I can't wait to see what they do within this episode and continuing this arc of Young Justice Phantoms. Here we go, guys. Really? Okay. Oh. Oh. No, you guys have no chance. Oh, shit. You have no idea. He's not. He's actually not lying. Yeah. Boom tube. I was not prepared for that. By the way, that was a great opening.
In a barbaric kingdom, he had a daughter he loved, and absolute power over everyone he ruled. My team does not leave anyone behind.
My team.
Made the offer knowing she'd turn you down. Attack my integrity, knowing it will sabotage my... The lead computer in Green Arrow's vault was breached. One of those who has the data and is using you to carry it to the shadows. You're riding with at least one traitor. Bruce, Dick, Tim, Kate, and Stephanie. Okay. But you better be ready.
Come on. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, but she didn't ask for that, you little shit.
You are the silent blade, the soul of shadow. He sent Vandal Savage this recording.
What?
His own laws. And when any of these were broken, he had his own ideas of justice. If a man defied the laws of the king, chance and his choosing.
Oh, there's a shark and you just cut your leg and oh shit. Careful. Oh shit.
For she was as
Interesting.
as
You
was
saved
in
her.
love with
The Lady of the Tiger. Okay, so the Lady of the Tigress. Okay, I get my. Okay.
For each door holds both results.
Hmm.
Right up until the moment it's opened.
Yeah. So literally, who is betraying her? I need to know.
I see that look in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hey there, Mr. Savage.
Hey there.
Sorry to call so late, but a ruse. A puppet show.
Puppet show.
Fruit. Something to keep the high and mighty light in the shadow. I've got a new routine sure to entertain the good guys and the bad. My revenge will be untimely, uncomfortable,
Okay.
and unfortunate. But take note, Mr. Secretary. You and your ambassadorks are not my
Ambassadorks?
hostages. No, sir. Lexi, this is about respect.
Nice.
And who
Keep him talking.
more than a poor clown? Horse pluckies.
That's an interesting way to show your frustration.
The bat's right behind me, isn't he?
No arguments.
Nice.
No noise.
She saw. So she's the one who saw her first.
Location. They won't.
Whelmed? We understand it. Like what?
You should stay.
I'm surprised it's cutting back and forth between her and Tigress, but I'm glad they're covering this.
I'm not planning anything.
Anything.
We're going in.
And I'm guessing we're gonna find out in this episode who's betraying, because I mean they said that somebody is there that has the. Oh, nice reflective. Ooh, damn, that was good.
Much farther. Then this is as far as you go.
Okay, Onyx is the betrayer.
If you want.
She really is no mood for any of this. Apologies.
I fear we have lost them both, my love.
I'm sorry. This is really unfortunate. Like, this was not the way we were thinking it was gonna go.
Tigress, I know you don't believe me either.
Wait.
It's all right, Onyx. I've gone as far as I need to.
Oh. Oh my gosh. That was a good reveal. Holy shit. It's good you found. Oh, nice. Nice flashback there. Or transitioning, at my point. Oh! Oh! What? No fucking way. No fucking way. That's how she becomes Oracle? What? That is crazy. That is crazy. Wow, I was not expecting. That is a crazy reveal.
Save Joker. I was trying to save you. Analyzing.
Nice. Good
Sonic
job.
Pulse has successfully disrupted all infiltrators. Data theft averted.
Damn. I knew it. She was following. She was following.
Just to surrender, bored
What the fuck's gonna happen now?
For each door holds both results. Right up until the moment it's opened.
This is uncomfortable.
Her
Silence.
decision had been indicated in an instant.
I love this show. Okay? This show is fucking fantastic. Holy crap, this episode was great. Wow. Some big moments, some big reveals, and of course, they end it where they ended it at. Of course, because we have one more episode in this arc. Of course. Okay. What I liked most about this episode is, of course, the reveals, but everything. We'll get to that in a second. But what I liked most is that the fact that they actually were cutting back and forth between the Artemis side of this arc that we've been following, you know, for the first two episodes and now to this third episode of the arc. But we were actually cutting back to Miss Martian and what she's dealing with after the events of the end of the arc that we were following with her on Mars and what happened to Connor, Superboy. I wasn't expecting that, but I really liked it because I'm guessing it's because we have to get her back on Earth because of another storyline about to happen and she has to be back, so we have to show that she returns. I'm guessing that's kind of the reason why, but the opening, they're on Mars, and her attacking her brother and the people that are following him, and she's just destroying them. Like, they had no fucking chance. They had no chance against her. And thankfully, she read his mind. Even though he is on the wrong side of a lot of things, he wasn't the one who put the kryptonite. And then showing a little bit later where Martian Manhunter's talking to Hawkgirl and trying to figure out if there's any kryptonite that was stolen, and that's not the case. So whoever got this kryptonite, they're assuming this person is from the Legion of Superheroes timeline in terms of being, 31st century is at the timeline. They got the kryptonite from the future, and then they brought it back into the past and all that kind of stuff. But everyone's still under the assumption, for the most part, people still under the assumption that Connor's alive. So we'll see. And then, of course, we see Magon. Is it McGann? Magon? I think it's Magon. Anyways, Miss Martian. I'm bad with names. I've been flubbing all this morning and shit. But her and Martian Manhunter, and then her sister came along. And you could tell that it's not like maybe she'd want to bond with her sister, but in this moment, you can just tell in her eyes, she doesn't care. And she has no plans for anything. Like, her parents are like, are you ever going to come back? I don't have plans for anything. Not about coming back here, but just in general, I have nothing planned, because her whole life has been turned upside down. It's brutal. So I'm glad they covered some of that in this episode. I was wondering if we were ever going to see, when we were going to see her again. But we actually got some coverage after what happened to Connor, which we're all assuming he was saved by the Legion. Because we didn't see what happened with the Legion right after the bomb went off. They were just gone. So the assumption is they saved him. Because I'm assuming if they didn't save him, the timeline would be messed up. I'm not really sure. But regardless, the assumption is they saved him. Let's get to the majority of the episode. The Artemis stuff. So, Oracle was there and had a big part of this episode. And they had a big fucking reveal in terms of her becoming Oracle. Wow. So, it's all about saving Orphan. And we have, of course, Orphan's mother. It is her mother, but mother, because it's not a motherly thing to do to force your kid into becoming the ultimate assassin, the ultimate killer and shit, and she has no choice in the matter. You cut her vocal cords where she can't vocally respond to you. It's like, I tried to do my best for you, I try to turn you into this, like, what? Like, wow, your way of thinking is beyond fucked up. But anyways, it's brutal. But they really went into that because we had a flashback throughout the episode as well in terms of Orphan's first mission where she failed, and in turn does something brutal in terms of creating Oracle. She's the one who destroyed, and instead of shooting Batgirl, she slices through her back and causes her to become paralyzed, becoming Oracle. Wow. Orphan did it. Was not expecting that, was not prepared for that. And Joker was still there. So in a sense, he technically was still kind of the cause of it, because she was trying to stop Joker from being killed and to stop Orphan from making a decision, a choice that will greatly affect her. Even though I don't think she even knew who Orphan was at that point. Like, I don't think no one knew who she was. So, interesting. I was not prepared for that. But it's just to show that she's sitting there just watching that video that Joker filmed about, even Riddler knew it was a joke. All these people knew it wasn't real. He's just getting so angry. Was that Brent Spiner? Was that Brent Spiner who voiced him originally when we saw Joker? What was it, season 2? Like forever ago. Did we see him in season 3? I can't remember. There's so many characters. It's been a while. But if that was him again, interesting. I've not been the biggest fan of Brent Spiner's Joker, even though it is a very unique, different take approach of the voice, but I'm not really the biggest fan. But I thought, if that was him again, it was great. I think that sounded like him. I think that was him. But anyways, not the point. So Joker had this big plan for the UN, and we saw the different Bat family cutting the wires and shit, because he was going to create a gigantic mess in the UN. Like, he had this big plan to kind of, I guess, make a point of who he really is and what Vandal Savage kind of ruined in a sense, because he didn't treat Joker equally, or he didn't treat him with respect. So Joker was trying to make a point. So, and of course Lex Luthor there and everything. So, trying to make a point. Didn't go very well. So that was interesting they revealed about Orphan. Now, going along this, earlier in the episode, Oracle, Barbara, she says, there is a betrayer amongst you. It's one of them. Okay, so there is somebody who's going to betray you. There is a mole. They're going to reveal themselves. And I'm thinking, they're going to do it in this episode. Like, if they wait till the 4th episode of this arc, it's going to be kind of frustrating, but I'll get it. But the way they play it, and maybe I misinterpreted how they approached the ending of this scene before it cuts to something else, But when Onyx put her blade around Cassandra, I thought they were revealing that Onyx is the one who's betraying. Like, oh, and if that's the case, because that's how I interpreted it, I'm like, oh, it's Onyx. But then something moves her sword, the arm that she no longer has, Cassandra no longer has. She had a spell or some sort of like trick to make it seem like she has this scars on her face. Her arm is severed at a point. She's completely fine. Completely fine. Took it off and then it reveals itself. And then it was within her veins or whatever, this dust or whatever that was going to go to this machine that they luckily prevented. Thankfully. Thank you, Oracle, so much for stopping that. But that was kind of a big turnaround there. I'm thinking maybe Onyx is the one, the betrayer. No, it's actually Cassandra, which makes more sense. But it would have been more interesting maybe if Onyx is the betrayer. I'm not really sure, because storyline-wise, Cassandra Savage betraying her father is a big thing. It's pretty big. It's a big turn. But for a character like Onyx, we don't even know who this character is until she shows up in the first episode of this arc. For her to betray, interesting, because then it does go to the implication that Cassandra truly has turned against her own father. So that didn't happen here. So, yeah. And then they end the episode, of course, with them standing there, 3, if they get Orphan out, 4 against all of them. Doesn't sound good. And Artemis made a point. I was trying to get the name. She made a point to not ask for the whole entire Bat family to come help. You're probably regretting that now. If only what if they do show up? What if Oracle sends the entire Bat family in the last episode? Oh, that'd be fucking amazing. It's so good. Please. But even if they don't, I understand it, because it's not really part of the storyline. It is because Orphan was captured, but you get my point. It doesn't have to be the Bat family, because the way they've connected it is we're showing this connection with Oracle, who cannot physically be there, but she is there in a sense through that little drone device and helping her with a little pick for a lock or whatever, to kind of pick her arms, to get her arms restraints taken out. But so I'm assuming she's going to break herself out at that point. I don't know, but they may get captured. So what's going to happen here? If they get captured, we got to send somebody to get them, right? Maybe. Entire Bat family versus Lady Shiva and all of them. Come on. I knew that her sister didn't really abandon her, because she said mad as hatters. I mean, she brought that up. And throughout this too, they talk about the 2 different doors or whatever, and the lady and the tiger or whatever. So Lady and the Tigress, it kind of applies. But my thinking was maybe it was about Orphan making a decision, but I was wrong. It was about the 2 different options of basically where this whole mission's going to go in terms of, is it behind the door that's going to cause immediate destruction and potential death, or the one that everything is fine and hunky-dory and everybody gets out alive? Or maybe it's both. It's interesting that, so my theory was wrong. It was wrong, but at the same time, I was thinking, like, the Lady and the Tigress, like, so is Orphan making a choice, like, who she really wants to be with? Does she want to be with her mom and be with what she was supposed to be in terms of the ultimate killer, the ultimate assassin, or, whatever her mother wanted her to be, or still sticking with being the good guy, on the good guy side of everything, and working still with Artemis, Tigress, and working with, the Bat family and everything, and just, that's where she wants to be now. So maybe, I thought it was about choice. I was wrong. But regardless, it's good stuff. This episode was good. So good. So good. So good. So, what did you guys think of the episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. I'm still like trying to process the fact that the reveal of it was the Joker in a sense, but it wasn't actually him who caused Barbara to become Oracle. It was unfortunately Orphan and her sword. Timing, and that timing is like so precise, and it happened. Probably couldn't happen in a million. If you give him a million other chances, it probably wouldn't happen again. Who knows? What did you guys think of the episode, guys? I'm curious to know your thoughts. What were some of your favorite moments? What are you thinking about the show overall? What do you think about this current arc overall? Whatever thoughts you have, let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.